physically leave the castle behind, we have left our mark and become ghosts of Greeley Central High School. Ghosts? What is a Greeley Central ghost? We're the alumni of our school, now watching over those who continue to roam the halls and begin to leave a mark of their own. As I stand before you on this stage, palms sweating, hands shaking, and voice trembling, I begin to reflect on what an amazing senior year we all have had. But what exactly has made this year so memorable? Was it thrashing West in football, baseball, basketball, soccer, volleyball, and almost every other sport this year? Or was it just having best friends together and getting rowdy at prom? Those some memories are more prominent than others. All of them will last a lifetime. Not only because they were spent at the greatest school in Greeley, but because they were spent with each other, the Wildcat family.
Administrators, board members, family, friends, in class of 2014, it is a great honor to speak in front of you today. As I began to write this speech, I was greatly inspired by Dr. Seuss's book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, from which that quote was taken. It's remarkable, isn't it? I think I speak for most of us when I say that those 1,361 days of high school went by faster than we ever imagined they would. I remember being a freshman and thinking about how long high school would be. But the thing is, I remember thinking about that as if it was last week. Getting our permits, then getting our licenses, applying to and getting accepted to colleges, it all happened way too fast. All those nights we spent cramming for the test the next morning, all of the books we read and the essays we wrote, all of the lessons we learned from not only our teachers, but our friends as well, and all of the friendships and relationships we began, ended, and ended, and all of the wonderful and terrible experiences we have had throughout high school, and the other years we spent in school have led up to this day, and we never thought it would come so fast. In the time we've spent growing up, the world has shrunk down. We were only toddlers when AOL Instant Messenger was first released to the world. We are old enough to remember computers when they were permanently immobilized and colored in the blandest shade of beige there ever was. When we were kids, the Spy Kids 3D Game Over DVD was as close as we got to 3D TV, and we used to trade Pokemon cards over the kitchen table in the form of cards, not over Wi-Fi in the form of data files. Oh, and who could forget about all of those practically indestructible flip phones many of us received as our first cell phones. Yes, Nokia, I'm talking about you. But I digress. I'm sure all of us could spend hours reliving and romanticizing our childhoods and everything that went along with them. But the point is, look at where we are today. Instant messaging is dead, and now you can chat with the world just by hitting tweet or post. Computers and cell phones have become one and the same, and forget 3D, we're on our way to having screens that essentially interact with the real world. In the amount of time that we have spent in school, the world has shrunk so much, even though we know it is immensely large. When I think about the class of 2014, I think about social activists, entrepreneurs, artists, musicians, writers, photographers, scientists, teachers, leaders, and so much more. I think about people that know how to do everything from code websites without ever taking a single technology class, to people who can launch social justice campaigns that change the world. No, we're not perfect. While we are the generation dedicated to ending bullying, we are also the generation that went from attacking people in person to attacking them behind a screen. Those same screens have taken away some of our ability to appreciate in-person conversations. But as Kesha said, we are who we are. We are the class of 2014, and we are going to change the world.
Of all that I have gained while at Greeley Central, I cherish most the sense of family that comes with being a Wildcat. Central students come from all walks of life, and yet at school we are one, full of pride, passion, and drive to succeed, a force formidable to any obstacle we may face. I think I speak for us all when I say I have no idea what my life will look like 10 years from now, but I am confident I will strike a course independent of what nature had decided for me long before my birth, one that satisfies my own interests, strengthens the intricate bonds that hold us all together, and betters the world around me. My fellow graduating class of 2014, as you decide which path your own lives will take, I ask you all to do the same.
I have no doubt that the members of the class of 2014 will go on to achieve great things in this world. I would hope that they remember that it all started in the halls of our beloved castle. We have those words that we Wildcats try to live by printed on the backs of our graduation announcements. pride, class, and dignity. Well, who doesn't love walking down the first floor hallway with all those decades of championship sports teams staring at you? That's pride. And I never get tired of hearing that statistic about how Greeley Central boasts one of the highest number of Better Scholars in the state. That's class. And who among us has not heard everyone's favorite substitute teacher, Mr. Bibby, talk about the days when he himself was a Wildcat in the early 1960s? Apparently, in those days, they put a Volkswagen Bug on the front steps and raised a giant bra up the flagpole. And that's dignity. So take heed, Wildcats. Legacy is not just about the people who have come and gone before us, although that's one of the most awesome parts about being a cat. It's also about what we'll leave for future students and graduates of this great school, and what Central has left with us to carry throughout the rest of our lives. Whether you're from a long line of Wildcats like me, or you're the first in your family to be a part of this amazing school, the fact remains that once you're a Wildcat, you're always a Wildcat. So congratulations, class of 2014, on adding to the long and powerful legacy of Greeley Central High School.
Jane.